If you can handle more than 100 jolts of 100% pure terror, then you might be ready for Terror in the Aisles. A totally unique, non-stop roller coaster ride.
Welcome to Terror in the Aisles, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, Scotty Slasher, and with me,
Movie John.
Terror in the Aisles is going to be a podcast about the movie aisles and the toy aisles. So we'll be talking movies, toys, and everything in between. So have you seen the new Puppet Master trailer? It's the new Blade movie. It's called Blade: The Iron Cross.
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, well, let's watch that trailer real quick. We'll come back and we'll talk about it.
He's going to kill us all. There are more murders every week.
You have 5 dead bodies.
Miss Ivanhoe.
This girl, who's shown up out of the blue at every one of our crime scenes.
My real talent is seeing future in my dreams.
We all have our secrets.
You're not like the others, are you?
We are working here to perfect this. I have expanded upon his procedure.
Time for some pitching practice.
This goes high up, and I don't trust anybody.
You are a madman. I made sacrifices. You are not indestructible!
All right, that was Blade: The Iron Cross trailer. So, John, what'd you think of it?
Full moon gets you all excited, especially Charles Band and all that stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks really gory.
Yeah, I hope it's really great. It looks like it's going to be awesome. I did see like a couple of CGI bullets when they shot the zombie thing or whatever that looked.
Yeah.
But hopefully, it looks like a strong entry. I know a couple of the newer Puppet Masters, they've just not been that.
Yeah, they get a little wild, but I don't think they're ever going to die. Apparently.
I hope not.
No.
Now he looks a lot different than normal. He's a lot bigger.
Yeah. I remember watching the very first one a long time ago on pay-per-view. They used to have, instead of like on demand now, and watch that first movie over and over and over. But some of the other ones I haven't watched as much. But I definitely will check this one out.
Do you have a favorite Puppet Master?
I only own like the first 3, I think 3 or 4 of them in a box set. But only one I can really remember right off is, like I said, the first few that I have. I haven't watched none of the new. I think there's like 10 now, ain't there?
There's more.
Or there's more than that.
Did you see that they did a new remake of Puppet Master? Did you see that one?
No, I never did see that one.
Oh, that one was really good. It's really gory. Fangoria did it, so I guess they got the rights for one off movie from Charles Band and did a new Puppet Master, and it was good.
I guess I'm behind on the Puppet Masters. I need to catch up.
Yeah, I think there's in the actual regular series, not including Puppet Masters versus Demonic Toys, because we don't consider that canon.
Now, I do have some Demonic Toys.
I do
on DVD too. Yeah,
I love the original Demonic Toys, but
Yeah.
Puppet Masters versus Demonic Toys was like a sci-fi production. And it was really bad. Remember, Corey Feldman was playing like a grandpa.
Yeah.
But he looks like still at that time he looked like he was in his 20s.
Yeah. But that's Corey Feldman, so you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's going to be good. That's part of their, like, what's it called? Is it Deadly 12 or Deadly 13 series? Deadly 10 series.
Yeah.
So they're doing like 10 of their old titles every year now and putting out a movie. So, like, I know they've did a couple, but I haven't actually got a chance to see them. I'm gonna have to get the actual full moon, the subscription.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to do.
Speaking of which, also what I need to get is Shudder. Do you have Shudder?
No, I don't have that.
So I think next what we'll be talking about is Creepshow, which is a Shudder series, but they released the first episode back when it just came out, like for free.
Yeah.
So I know me and you both watched that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's it'd take a few minutes to get into, but once I got into it, I had the old Tales from the Crypt kind of feel a little bit to it, but looks like it might be pretty good.
Yeah, so really quick, let's watch the trailer, then we'll come back and talk a little bit about it, just to get us kind of refreshed on that episode.
Who are you?
You know it's okay to be scared, right?
You gonna tell me what this is all about?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. You've killed before. You'll kill again.
I see what you did there.
There are things in the corners of this world. Help me! They'll drive you insane. A new generation of horror has risen from the dead. You're in for it now.
Why?
It's the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I watched the first episode, and it looked pretty wild. Had one about the little house, the little girl in a dollhouse.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then the other episode on there was about this guy that was drinking like some kind of beer or whatever, or some kind of drink that turned him into a monster eventually after he kept drinking more and more. His son kept bringing him to him. That one was a little wild, too. Pretty gore on that one.
Didn't his son had to feed him people in the town, too, or something?
Yeah, he ended up doing that, too, and because he had to he had to feed, so... But, yeah, I wasn't expecting that on that one. But that was the first one I got to see. I heard people talking about beforehand. But, you know, trying to go off the original, everybody's comparing it to that and thinking it's not going to be that good. But the other shows look pretty good on the trailer.
So before we watched the trailer, we were talking about how Creepshow was a Shudder series. But starting in May, it premiered on AMC. So now you can watch all 6 episodes on AMC.
Yeah, that's where I've seen it. And they've been coming on every week. I'm not sure exactly what day it is, but I do record it on my DVR. So
yeah, I got to get Shudder, man. Everybody keeps telling me everybody's watching the Joe Bob, the drive-in show.
Does it just have TV series on it, or are they movies?
It's
too,
movies and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think the Joe Bob was it last drive-in? Was it? Can't remember exactly what they called this incarnation of the Monster Vision, but
yeah, I've been seeing pictures and stuff on the internet of that, but I didn't know it was on Shudder and stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I got to get it. So I guess we've talked about 2 movies. Let's transition to some toys.
There's something strange in the neighborhood.
So who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Each sold separately.
Have no fear. Becky, Steph, and Spangler are here. So are these ghosts. They've got ectoplasm. We've been gooped. Now what? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's show this pile of dessert who's boss. Activate Neutrona Blaster. We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Peter Venkman, Ectoplasm, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and other figures each sold separately.
So you just went to the 80s toy store and you picked me up this whole little Skeletor and Man-at-Arms.
I think they're like some kind of erasers.
Yeah.
They're made like erasers, I think. I'm not sure.
It says it made in 1984 from Hong Kong.
Yeah, we have to do a little trade there on them. I know you're real big into them.
That's cool. But you were saying you got some of those new Ghostbusters figures, and they look kind of like the old figures.
Yeah, they're made like the Kenner Retros, and they're made by Hasbro now, though. But they look, I mean, first one I seen somebody post online, and it was a collectible store nearby, Welcome Back Collectibles, and I thought they were the real deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good Lord, you really got, all of them in the pack, brand new like that. I mean, they look so good. And he goes, man, these are brand new. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, they made them. They remade them, issued them out and everything. You can get them at Walmart. So been looking and looking and looking for weeks. I only found, of course, they put on the box, instead of Slimer, they put the Green Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
And I think back in the day, they put the Green Ghost. For some reason, they couldn't put Slimer or something written on it.
Huh.
And then the Marshmallow Man, I got him too. But still need to search for the guys.
Yeah, so we're looking, I pulled up a picture of Peter Venkman, and it looks like we were saying, it's made by Hasbro, but they have Kenner logo on it.
Yeah, it's at the bottom, and then
That's
I
very
think
weird.
Hasbro's on the back. So
yeah, we can't. It doesn't show a picture of the back. I'm sure we could do it.
Walmart, they're like $14.99, I believe. See there,
yeah. Okay, so there's the.
It says the
Slimer.
Green Ghost on Slimer, though. But I think I remember seeing
It
something
does.
like a documentary about Ghostbusters and stuff where they talked about back then they put the Green Ghost on them. I'm not for sure. I couldn't remember getting them when I was younger. But for some reason, it says the Green Ghost. It comes with a piece of pizza, or a whole pizza almost.
Yeah, looks like a
watermelon and something else.
What is that? Is
I
it
don't-
chocolate?
I don't know what that is.
Or maybe it's a big steak.
That's what I was thinking. It
Tell.
was a steak, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But,
pretty
they're
cool.
pretty cool. There ain't really like a stand or anything you could stand them on. That would be cool if you could do that. So I just left mine in the box right now and just hang them on the wall.
Do you know how many did they actually make? Do you know?
That's just the first series. They got all 4 guys and then them 2.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how many more they're going to make, or if they're going to make a lot of the other ghosts and stuff from like the original line. But they look pretty cool. Like I said, they're about 15 a piece. You go online, you're going to pay a little bit more though.
We really do want to encourage everybody to go to the our Facebook page and like it and follow it. And one of the newest videos on there is a video that both me and you did. It was Friday Night Frights.
Yeah, Friday Night Frights. Just this past Friday, had to get Scott Slasher on there to talk about what else? Slasher films.
And you can follow Movie John. Well, of course, every time we post this podcast, it'll also go into YouTube, and this podcast will be up probably on other platforms. So who knows where they're hearing us? They could be hearing us on iTunes or Podbean or everywhere.
Or just YouTube.
But yeah, so just search Movie John or find Tearing the Aisles on Facebook, and his link will actually be, your actual link is like youtube.com/ I think MovieJohn75.
Yeah, that's the old name.
That's the old name. But you can just search Movie John and find him. But yeah, we talked about slasher movies.
Favorite
Friday.
slashers and favorite directors and stuff from slashers, and talked about all the Fab Four guys.
Yeah, and I definitely, now that it's getting me excited to see the new Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Because Halloween's probably maybe my favorite series. I do like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want a Friday the 13th film, damn it. I want
Yeah.
a new one. They've been talking about it for how long now? 10 years?
It's been forever. And I actually loved the
Yeah.
not remake, because it was a
Reboot, more like.
Yeah, it was more of a reimagining of the first 4 films.
Yeah, it was a lot different. And I don't know. They just, every year they keep talking about making it, and then something else is pushing it back. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. And also, you got Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
You got Robert Englund wanting to do it at least one more time, so I would love to see that too.
Oh, I would too. Why not do it?
Yeah.
So if you could pick, like, what would you want, like, a Friday the 13th movie to be? Like, do you have any ideas of, like, say, the next installment, you can do whatever you want?
Oh, Lord, he's done so much already.
Would
so,
you would you put him in the snow?
Put him in yeah, I heard at one time they were going to do one of them that's going to be like in the winter time or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, have him, you had Freddy versus Jason, of course.
Yeah.
I always wondered about Jason versus Michael or something like that. I wonder how that would work.
That'd be cool, I guess, because pretty much by now, even though they still have Michael rooted and like he's still human, he's pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah. Or they could do another Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been talking about that too before.
Yeah, it just kills me because if you looked at all the old Friday the 13th movies, they were made really cheap. Like they were like $3 million or under normally.
Yeah, and they were knocking them out every year almost.
And they were making money. They were making hand over fist cash. So why not do it again? Like I think the new movie they put like was it 19 million or something crazy?
Yeah.
But they still made like almost 100 million or whatever it was.
I don't know. Just slashers just don't get the respect that they used to get. You know, back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, you'd think that if you made a movie and it made 5 times its budget, that clearly the sequel would be
just
rushed.
keep knocking them out.
Yeah.
Some movies they do. Speaking of sequels, they was talking about doing another Scream. Did you hear about that?
I heard about that.
Yeah. So I haven't even seen the 4th one. That's crazy. That I have not even seen the 4th one. How long ago did that come out?
And you know, speaking of which, I think I've got the 4th one on Blu-ray. I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
You posted on that on the Friday Night Frights. Do you have the Slumber Party Massacre set or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Does it have 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
I've never seen 3.
No, you should have told me that. I'd have brought it to you.
I meant to last night, and I totally forgot. I've been looking because I love Slumber Party Massacre.
It's been a while since I watched them too. But my name's Movie John, and I haven't seen Scream 4, so that's crazy.
Oh, it's all
But I heard that Neve Campbell would come back and be in part 5, as long as they had something like tribute to Wes Craven in it or something that they wanted to put in the movie. So that would be pretty cool.
Did you watch Scream the series?
No, I never did see that either. My daughter watched and told me that it was good. I think that was on MTV, wasn't it?
It was on MTV.
Yeah.
Let me let's pull up the trailer for everybody real quick.
Music on.
Tyler?
You can't do a slasher movie as a TV series. Slasher movies burn bright and fast.
Nina, you home?
By the time the first body is found, it's only a matter of time before the bloodbath commences.
Say you get a room, but I don't want the cleanup.
You slept with Nina.
No, wait.
You have a dark mind.
You have no idea.
Everyone has secrets. Everyone tells lies. And everyone is fair game.
So yeah, that came out. I think the first season came out in 2015, but
Lord, 5 years ago, man.
Yeah.
And I never did catch any of them. I like it where the guy says slasher cannot be a TV series. Apparently it did.
Yeah.
And I've heard about other, like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that, trying to do a series at one time too. But that's a little different. I don't know how you could get Jason in a series or Freddy, but who knows?
But remember, Freddy had his own series in the 80s.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like where Tales from the Crypt always go back to, where they're showing different stories and stuff. But he was in the first, 5 or 6 episodes, I believe.
I believe, and I can't remember how many episodes they actually made. I'm guessing like 40,
about 40,
something like that.
40 something.
And I think he was in around 8 or 10. Like, actually, like he was in the story.
Yeah.
But he was in all of them. He was just like sometimes he'd just like introduce it and like.
And the first episode was like an origin. Of Freddy Krueger.
And I think Toby Hooper directed it.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would put all those on Blu-ray, man.
Yeah, I've seen bootlegs at conventions, or on DVD and stuff, but I've just been waiting for the real deal too. So, and I think they only released the first 4. I'm looking at them right now on your shelf on VHS, or maybe the first 5.
I'm missing one.
Yeah, you're missing one. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I actually have them all. You traded them to me.
Yeah.
Then I traded them back to you,
Uh-huh.
and then I had some guy send them to me, but they don't have the cases. But I
Really?
do have all the first 5 now, but they're not in cases. I just got them in like a little plastic sleeve, and I was like, well, at least I got them back somehow that way for right now to watch. But yeah, they only released 5, and I don't know why they just did that either back then.
I don't know, man. They should have released them all. They would have sold.
Oh yeah.
I mean, any kind of Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, any of that merchandise, Chucky, any of those the bigger name horror guys, like you could buy something. Say remember when Spencer's used to have all this stuff. You buy something for like $20 or whatever, and now You probably sell it for $100.
Oh yeah, well, some of that stuff like Movie Maniacs, stuff like that, them are really expensive now, especially like the first ones that came out. That stuff just goes up in value, man, big time.
Another series that I wish they would put on Blu-ray, but I don't guess they ever will, is that Werewolf series that came out in the 80s.
Eric Cord was just an ordinary college student until he was attacked by his roommate, a werewolf. Now he's running for his life, chased by a bounty hunter for the murder of his cursed friend. In pursuit himself of the evil werewolf Skorzeny, the source of his bloodline, a beast who must die to set Eric free. A race against time and the bloodlust that threatens to overwhelm him. Now, Werewolf, the legend continues.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, I remember. It was, has it even been on DVD?
No.
I don't think it has.
I guess the reason is there is some rights issues with the music.
Yeah.
So apparently they had because the music was they had big name rock stars and stuff on it, and so now I know Scream Factory had a Blu-ray box set release all ready to go a couple years back, and the music held it up, and I've heard them on different podcasts, and they've always said they don't think that'll ever happen.
So just in case, you just get your VCR and you buy the old VHS deal. Yeah. That's the main reason a lot of people still collect VHS, because the stuff hasn't been released to DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah. And now another movie that I've been wanting to check out, you said you've checked it out, is The Invisible Man. So let's play the trailer and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Adrian. He was a sociopath. He said that I could never leave him. He controlled how I looked and what I wore. Then it was controlling when I left the house. And eventually, what I thought. I'm sorry, I can't take you with me. I'm not gonna leave you with that thing on.
Are you okay?
Get back here! What happened to him?
Adrian's dead. Listen, you're getting your freedom back, okay?
He said that wherever I went, he would find me, walk right up to me, and I wouldn't be able to see him. Adrian is dead. He's not dead. He has figured out a way to be invisible.
You okay?
He's sitting in that chair. Where are you? Show yourself!
Surprise. Let me help you.
You can't help me. Surprise.
Now this came out right when all this other stuff started happening, this pandemic, and I went to the theater to go see it, and of course our theater, our local theater, had a leak.
Really?
They had that theater shut down, so I didn't get a chance to see it. And then about a week later, they started shutting down stuff, and I remember they put it straight on demand, but it was like $20 to rent. And I was like, nah, I'll just wait till it comes out of Redbox. So that's what I did, and I just got it the other day and watched it, and I really liked it. It's pretty cool.
The trailer looks really good.
Yeah, it's real suspenseful. It's really good.
I kind of like how looks like the lead. I like how they look. They picked like a girl that looks like an everyday girl. Like she's not like some like supermodel or something.
Yeah, that's Elizabeth Moss. She played in Mad Men. Have you ever seen
Oh
Mad Men?
no, I've watched maybe the first episode or so, but then
yeah.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I got hooked on it, and I think there was like 7 seasons. And yeah, she's really a big part of Mad Men, and she's going to be in a lot of other movies after this one came out now, because I already noticed a few other ones. So I think she's going to be a big actress going on after this one. But yeah, it's real suspenseful, and it's a good idea. It has a twist too at the end. I'm not going to give anything away.
Okay. But
it really is. It'd be you'd be cool to be invisible and mess with people. I thought about that a few times in the movie, but it also makes you think of ghosts and stuff too. But the guy's terrorizing the chick, and I don't want to give a whole lot away, but it is a really good film.
Now, it does remind me of. I mean, I know it's The Invisible Man, but the newer version trailer kind of reminds me of Hollow Man.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and it's been a while since I've seen that one, so I can't really remember a whole lot about it. I just remember the guy went nuts in that movie.
Yeah, I remember it was really creepy because the whole concept is creepy.
Yeah, and the way that you find out how the guy how he becomes invisible and stuff's really cool, and he's really rich. And he's really smart, and he goes to the extreme to keep chasing down his woman, and he wants her back, and he's real controlling. And she's just, at the beginning of it, I couldn't really figure out, how she starts to run away from him and everything. I thought maybe he's abusing her or whatever, but he's just so controlling and stuff. But he is super rich, and he's got some cool toys to make him invisible. So,
So the next thing we were talking about, we don't have a trailer for yet because they haven't released one for Bill and Ted 3, which is titled Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music. They were supposed to release it this summer, but I don't know if they're going to now or if they're going to release it like direct to your platforms.
I'm not for sure about that one. I thought it could be pushed back. Some movies are being pushed back to like next year, next summer, and stuff like that. We was just talking about the sequel the other day, the Bogus Journey. I haven't seen that one forever, but I do own the first one, and that's classic. Love watching that movie.
Yeah, I watched the part 2, like I said, recently. I didn't care for it like I used to.
Yeah.
I think I would still love the first one.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was. I just didn't age well, that second one.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I always think about when they bring characters back and they bring these types of movies back after so long. Sometimes it can do pretty good, and then sometimes it just bombs. So I don't know.
Yeah.
After you've seen Keanu Reeves play in so many other movies since then, can he go back to being in Bill and Ted and be comical or not?
Right, because don't you think it was weird because there was a stigma sort of almost, I thought, to Keanu, where like everybody knew his role from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
That like anytime anybody did a impersonation of Keanu Reeves before like the John Wick movies and like all the other stuff before that, I'm talking about like maybe late 90s, early 2000s, everybody was like, whoa, okay. Like that was always like Keanu Reeves.
That's Keanu.
So it's going to be weird seeing him as like this badass and then now going back to him just like being like basically a stoner.
Yeah, so that's when John Wick started coming out. I thought about that too. I was like, I don't know if he could pull this off, but
The Matrix, I guess, sort of.
Yeah,
helped.
The Matrix too. It's just been a while since I watched them. They're a little out there, and it took me a while to get into them. But I heard he was gonna come back and make one of them too, another one of them.
See, I really loved The Matrix Part 1, but I didn't care for the sequels, which is weird because, you think bigger and better, but, like, The Matrix was so good that the story after that, I didn't really
I didn't care much for them either, so I don't even actually own them, but, they was talking about making another one of them, so after so long, all this stuff comes back from the 80s, apparently, and you've seen Rambo come back, you've seen Rocky come back a few times, and all these other characters and stuff. So
speaking of Rambo, I did watch the new Rambo.
Oh yeah,
that's
really good. I own that one on Blu-ray. I went to the theater to see that one, and
I did too.
It's pretty gory at times.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully that's the last one, because man, he's 73 years old. He needs to go ahead and hang that one up.
Yeah, that was a good ending because it was almost like he wrote off on the Well, maybe I shouldn't say any spoilers. I was getting ready to say.
You don't want to
I was
give
getting ready
nothing
to
away.
tell about the ending, but no, I'm not going to.
Well, the one before that, it was like he rode off into the sunset, and that was pretty good. But I was like, well, what? Y'all just messed this up, and then why are you going to do another one? But it actually turned out to be pretty good. So
It really did.
So I know we're talking usually about horror movies and stuff on here, but hell, you can consider that kind of horror movie. I mean, an action too, because it's really gory in parts. So
I think we could really talk about anything, even though it's tearing the aisles.
Yeah.
I believe like anything that's 80s. I think even comedies we can talk about really whatever, but I guess we're more focused on horror and like just toys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check out the new Rambo movie. And you know what? I've not seen any of those new Rockies.
No, you haven't?
And I haven't seen any of the Creeds. Like I heard they're great.
Oh Lord, mercy! You ain't seen Creed either?
The last Rocky movie I watched was Rocky 5.
Oh no, you got to watch Rocky Balboa.
I know I do. It's crazy.
That one's really good. Out of all of them, Rocky 2 and Rocky Balboa are my favorites. And then the Creed movies.
Rocky 4
man.
though, you got Rocky 4 is not your favorite?
Yeah, that would come in third.
I love Rocky 4.
And they put them on a marathon here recently on what channel was that? But I seen it on one of these channels where they had a marathon of them, and they played the Creed movies right after them too, so that really worked out pretty good. But I heard that was the last one Sylvester Stallone was going to be in Creed 2.
Oh.
And but man, them are really good too. You got to watch them.
Do you think they'll make another Creed though?
Yeah, they were talking about it, but I don't know if you don't have Sylvester Stallone in it training them and stuff. I don't know how that's going to work. He's going to try to branch off or whatever. I've heard rumors of bringing back Mr. T, Clubber Lane, and have a son.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And him fight, but it kind of already. You don't want to keep doing that each time. I mean, all these boxers that he fought a long time ago, everybody's got sons, and everybody's going to be boxing. But the Drago, I mean, his son is badass too.
Oh, and Lundgren's in it, right?
Yeah, he's in it for a little bit, and speaking
that.
Russian and stuff, and
nice.
Yeah, he's it's really good, and he's his son is really badass in it too.
Do you know who plays his son? Do you know?
I don't remember exactly, but man, it kind of reminds you of Rocky 3, and I'm not going to give anything away to you, but if you watch it, there's 2 fights in it, so that kind of tells you, if you remember Rocky 3 real good, how some of that goes. But what was it? Michael B. Jordan is the guy's name.
Yeah.
He's really good in it, and I mean, if anybody's going to be Apollo Creed's son, it should be him. He's really in shape and fit, just like Apollo was back in the day. So, but them movies are great.
So we hope everybody's enjoyed the first episode. Please, subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. You got Scott Slasher World and you got Movie John.
Yeah. Check out the Facebook page.
Share it. Share this link.
Get it around and tell your friends and your family members.
If you have topics you'd like us to talk about, please send them our way.
Yeah, comment on the YouTube and let us know. That would be great, because we're new to this stuff, or at least I am. Scott's done a little bit of stuff before like this, but yeah. It's not a whole lot to talk about right now, especially with movies coming out, because there's nothing coming out. Movie theaters are shut down and all this craziness going on in the world.
But I think stuff's starting to pick back up. So hopefully this thing will end. Hopefully we'll have it'd be nice if we have a vaccine for this stupid virus.
Yeah, it would be, because definitely need it.
But yeah, so join us next time, where we're going to be hopefully talking about all kinds of new stuff.
We've got some more stuff, talking about toys, talking about horror movies, and every once in a while we'll throw in a Rocky movie.
Oh, yeah.
That Scott's not seen. You're going to have to watch some Rocky movies, man.
Oh, I will. And I think maybe even we'll do a segment about an old movie, maybe each episode.
We could do that too.
Me and you'll just we'll watch a movie and then sort of go through it a little bit, because that'll be kind of fun.
Because a lot of them horror movies from the 80s that forever was just on VHS, releasing on Blu-ray and stuff nowadays and stuff, so that's real cool. Or the really low budget SOV movies and stuff like that. So that'd be cool to talk about some of them.
So guys, it's been great, and like I said, join us next time for Terror in the Aisles.
It's strange, isn't it? In real life, nobody likes to think about violence, pain, blood, and death. But project these experiences on a screen, and people form lines in the street. That's because a terror film is a lot like a roller coaster ride. Only you're sitting in a theater, which is relatively safe.